Welcome to the AARDY YouTube channel for travel tips. I'm Jonathan Breeze, the CEO, and today's topic, India Travel Health. Well, at AARDY Compare, we look at a variety of different information sources in order to get a better view of a country and its health systems. Two of our favourite sources are the CDC and the US State Department. So let's have a look at their advice. Firstly, Zika virus is a risk in India. Pregnant women should not travel to India because Zika infection during pregnancy can cause serious birth defects. Partners of pregnant women and couples planning pregnancy should know possible risks to pregnancy and take preventative steps. So before travel, those planning pregnancy should talk to their doctor or other healthcare provider. Now, all travellers should follow steps to prevent mosquito bites during and after their trip. Travellers should also use condoms during and after their trip to prevent sexual transmission of Zika. This will protect against getting Zika whilst travelling and stop its spread to others back home. Right, all travellers should be up to date with routine vaccinations while travelling to any destination, so that some vaccines may also be required for specific countries. So these are some of the vaccines that your doctor may recommend. Hepatitis A. The CDC recommends this vaccine because you can get hepatitis A through contaminated food or water in India, regardless of where you're eating or staying. Typhoid. You can get typhoid through contaminated food or water in India. CDC recommends this vaccine for most travellers, especially if you're staying with friends or relatives, visiting smaller cities or rural areas, or if you're an adventurous eater. Cholera. Well, cholera is a risk in parts of India. CDC recommends this vaccine for adults who are travelling to an area of active cholera transmission. Now, most people do not travel to areas of active cholera transmission, and avoiding unsafe food and water can also prevent many cholera infections. Cholera is rare in travellers but can be severe. Then we have hepatitis B. Now, you can get hepatitis B through sexual contact, contaminated needles, and blood products. So the CDC recommends this vaccine if you might have sex with a new partner, get a tattoo or piercing, or have any medical procedures. Then we move on to malaria. When travelling in India, you should avoid mosquito bites to prevent malaria. You may need to take prescription medication before, during, and after your trip to prevent malaria. So depending on your travel plans, such as where you're going and when you are travelling, and if you're spending a lot of time outdoors or sleeping outside, talk to your doctor about how you can prevent malaria whilst travelling. Rabies. Although rabies can be found in dogs, bats and other mammals in India, it is not a major risk to most travellers. CDC recommends this vaccine only for travellers involved in outdoor and other activities in remote areas that will put them at risk from animal bites. And yellow fever. There is no risk of yellow fever in India. The government of India requires proof of yellow fever vaccination only if you're arriving from a country with risk of yellow fever. This does not include the US. Now, the quality of medical care in India varies considerably. Medical care in the major population centres approaches and occasionally meets Western standards, but adequate medical care is usually very limited or it's unavailable in the rural area. Now, as always, we recommend all travellers pack travel insurance. Come to AARDY Compare to find the best travel plans for your travel needs. Safe travels.